So going to our next big match, interpromotional match, Raw and SmackDown, 15 years in the making according to WWE. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. I am amped for this match. I've been excited for this match since it was announced about a month and a half ago, but they have made me only more excited for the match in the weeks since, from the RKO out of nowhere to invading SmackDown to the thing with Heath Slater this past week I thought was great too. The video package I thought was really, really well done. So how hyped are you for this match, Randy, and who do you got going over? Or I think a better question is, do you think Randy Orton has any virtual chance of beating the Beast on Sunday?
I'm very amped up for this match. Like you said, 15 years in the making, that they never fought on a pay-per-view. I don't know how that even happened. I don't know how in the world you have these two guys in their prime not fight on a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see which way they go. To me, I think Orton goes over. I just think maybe it's that time for Brock to, do the job. Like he had Taker do it at WrestleMania 30. He had John Cena look like a fool at SummerSlam with 20 whatever suplexes. He never really lost the world title at WrestleMania 31. Never really got the full rematch because Taker came out. He had a bullshit whatever thing at SummerSlam last year with Undertaker. I think he beat Undertaker in Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, probably. I think it's that time that, you lose. And my thing is, if you're going to lose to somebody, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton would be the guy outside of like John Cena or Undertaker. Look at a guy who's been in this company for over 13 years and is a 12-time champion, one of the greatest ever, and a guy that can really catch you off guard when you're not paying attention and can really get at you. And we're not saying Brock Lesnar go lose to Chris Jericho or Alberto Del Rio. We're not doing that to you.
Yeah.
But if Randy Orton is a prime guy to lose to, and how they do it, if Heyman gets involved, I think there should be a clear finish. Because last year there was no clear finish. It was very, whatever bullshit with the Taker tapping out and everything. So I think Brock needs to do the job. Maybe it'll shine something on his character more. Like he's not unstoppable. You can get through to Brock Lesnar. You can break him down, and I think his character will be more enhanced. That the Beast got for one night. The Beast got caught off guard with the RKO, and now he's on the prowl to get Randy Orton back. I think that makes more interesting TV when you see Brock Lesnar chasing people down. He's on the hunt. It's a lot more interesting TV than people chasing Brock Lesnar down. I think for me, it'd be more interesting. But I got to go with Randy, not because that's my name, but I got to go with Randy on Sunday. How they do it, I wish they do it in a way where it's like, holy shit, man! I didn't know he was going to be Brock, but if he beat Brock that way, that was pretty dope. So I got RKO on Sunday.
The thing with Brock Lesnar is that for a guy who has not been pinned in over 3.5 years, he's suffered a few defeats here and there, but he's never been pinned. Like the thing against Taker last year, he passed out. He never really technically tapped out. He did pass out, though. He lost the match. But by and large, other than that, notwithstanding, he has not been pinned in over 3.5 years. So obviously, when he does get pinned eventually, which is bound to happen at some point, whether it be Sunday or at some point down the line, it's going to happen. And the thing is that I feel like, and it's the same thing with the streak too, that the same question that people ask for years, is that whoever ends the streak of the Undertaker WrestleMania should benefit from it. It should be an up-and-comer, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, how believable is that a guy like, not even a Roman Reigns, but I'm trying to think of an up-and-comer, like if a Dean Ambrose broke the streak at WrestleMania, how believable is that? The guy really has been an upper mid-card guy for years. How believable will that be? Again, Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. If he beat Brock Lesnar, how believable will that be? This is the same man who decimated John Cena in the main event of SummerSlam last year, beat the holy hell out of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania a year and a half ago, beat The Undertaker twice, ended the streak. So again, whoever beats Lesnar has got to be believable. But at the same time, I feel like it shouldn't be a guy like, a Taker or a John Cena or a Triple H, God forbid, just because they don't need the win. They don't need that rub. Orton is a guy who has never faced Lesnar before in a marquee match prior to Sunday, prior to this pay-per-view. At the same time, though, I don't know if he would exactly benefit from the win, but it would be believable. With the story they've been telling with the RKO out of nowhere, which I think is a great angle to take with this matchup. Again, I don't think it will propel Orton into superstardom. The guys are an established star, obviously, but it's believable at least, because you know he can hit that RKO out of nowhere, and he's not like a loser like you said, like a Del Rio or something like. If a Del Rio beat Lesnar, that to me would make no storyline sense. Orton winning could make some sense. And I'll ask you this too, since you have Orton winning, whether Lesnar, I've got Lesnar winning and you got Orton winning, but do you think if Orton wins, it might be because of the Lesnar suspension last month for UFC? Do you think that might play a factor in the finish on Sunday, if there was any heat on Lesnar, perhaps?
I think it could. I don't think that's the end-all, be-all. I just really feel more going forward that, Brock Lesnar will be doing the job. I think it has to be not because of the suspension, but I think it's like, all right, we gave you the win at WrestleMania 30 with the streak, and I think at some point you have to give back. Mm-hmm. And you can't always be the beast that always wins. You can't always win. At some point, sometimes you losing, can help the person you lost to, and also help yourself, because I think from a storyline purpose, like I told you, we've always seen like Brock Lesnar as the main event, the main attraction. He goes to Raw when he wants, he fights when he wants, he's the champion whenever he wants. And I think that if they play the role reversal, that Brock is now on the hunt for these guys. Like, holy shit, I lost to Randy Orton, and he just loses his freaking mind. Like, that was a fluke. We got to do this one more time. And him chasing Orton is more better TV than Orton chasing him, in my opinion. And but it's the whole suspension thing that might play into it. I don't think it's a whole lot, because if they said if you're a part-time guy, either A, you don't get tested or you don't get suspended, then that shouldn't matter at all. You can't put the consequences on him if you fail the drug test at UFC and say, well, since you failed the drug test over there, we're going to put you in this match and you're going to lose because of that. When on merit, you don't test me if I'm part-time. You don't suspend me if I'm part-time. So right there, that shouldn't matter. That's why this is, I think it's strictly storyline-wise, booking-wise, on what the better outcome would be. Because we've seen Brock Lesnar win so many times. We've seen him beat everybody. And it's not going to be new. It's not going to be special for him to beat Randy Orton. 15 years in the making, yeah. But you got to have that one time that, you know what, holy shit, Randy Orton did beat Brock Lesnar. Wow. And everybody in Barclays would be like, oh shit, like nobody knew that was going to happen.
Exactly.
But if Brock wins, all right, Brock won. All right, so then we won't see him till like November. It has to be Orton winning and Brock. You know what? I'm coming back tomorrow. I'll see you on SmackDown on Tuesday. I'm coming for you. That's bullshit. Like that's how the story should play out.
And then it could benefit Orton if he beats Lesnar on Sunday, then goes on to contend for the World Championship the following pay-per-view against an AJ Styles or a Dean Ambrose or a Ziggler. Those are fresh feuds, so who knows? So it could do wonders for Randy. I said he wouldn't really benefit from it, but you're right. It could really benefit programming itself if he wins, and then he's the one that's still around. So I think that'll be the benefit to whoever beats Lesnar, whether it be Orton or somebody else down the line. I also don't think that the suspension will factor into the finish at all. I feel like it's been largely forgotten about. It happened about a month ago at this point. And not that it's been forgotten about, but I feel like it hasn't affected Lesnar at all. He's still on Raw pretty much every week, and he's been doing his thing. It hasn't been talked about. No one really gives a shit at this point. It was a big deal when the news broke about a month ago, but since then, it's largely gone unnoticed. As it's not really, it is a big deal, but like you said, if they don't test part-timers, which is bullshit, but whatever, I mean, it's their own policy. I don't think it'll affect his status within the company. Like, he's going to be doing jobs, here or now, every single pay-per-view or whatever, but